Mapupo fezeka amimele kailam amimele moto yami
Hey beautiful souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time visiting, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, hey boo, welcome back. Hey guys, so this is a follow-up to the first video that I did on my experience in Ghana. There's a lady in my comment section. Let me see, it's my laptop, I'm just gonna read a comment. She said, thanks for sharing your experience and sorry to hear it didn't work out for you in Ghana. I love Ghana and enjoy spending a few months at a time there every year. I'm British. That's the best way to do it. Months. You've understood the assignment basically. And then she says, can you share more on your experience with transportation, cost-effective grocery shopping, if any, and also how you found the local food? What were your least and most favorite spots and why? Maybe another video on this. Thanks again and best of luck. Right, so I've decided to follow up on that. I wasn't going to do a second video after the response that I got. You guys were triggered. Well, not all of you, but some of you guys were triggered, pressed, vexed because of my own experience. I find that a bit hard to understand because I'm basically talking about my experience, not everyone's experience. I didn't say that everyone that goes there experiences that. I'm sure there's people who have gone to Ghana have never even experienced any of the things that I mentioned in that video. And also I felt like I have posted so many videos on my channel, like 60 plus videos, showing the good side, the fun side of Ghana, how developed it is, how well you can live there, and I rarely posted about the side of the other experience that I had. So I felt like it needed to be addressed because I didn't want people to be blindsided. So I find it very like weird that I do a video on that and address this other reality that I was facing, and people are pressed, and some people are like dragging me in the comment section like some ungrateful cockroach. Like I haven't have I not given you I don't know how many videos showing the good side? If all you want to hear is like the good side or just one narrative, then this is not the channel for you. I'm sorry, I'm not here to like stroke your ego. I'm here to talk about real things that really affect people in the day-to-day, especially if I feel like you're someone who's ready to uproot your whole life and relocate from a different country to another country. You need to hear all sides of the stories and then make a well-informed decision. You can't just go by, you know, the good side that everyone says about Ghana or Accra, and then get there and then start facing certain challenges or certain mindsets, and then you're not mentally prepared, and then you're likely to just pack up and leave very early because you expected it to be one way when there's this whole other side to it as well. You know, there's pros and cons in everything. We live in a dualistic world, so you're gonna have good and bad and the ugly in every area of life, guys. So I don't know why some people got so vexed with the fact that I was addressing my experience, and then there's some people who are like, oh, how dare you talk about my culture like this? I was talking about the injustices that I face over there, things that were not right, some scams that happen to people. If you want to claim that as your culture, that's you. That has nothing to do with me. Don't put words in my mouth. I never claimed that as your culture. I never said that was your culture, but if you want to claim it as that, then go ahead. As for me, I wanted us to address the side that's not working, the side that we need to address in order to progress and evolve just in general. These are the things that makes other diasporans not want to go back to Africa, or that makes diasporans who go there not be able to live a long time, because you can tell that nothing's going to change anytime soon. So it's either you fall in line and also start operating that way, or you leave basically. So yeah, I don't see we need to have these kind of important conversations, especially if we want to move forward as a people. We definitely need to address these things. It's not okay for a diasporan to relocate, bring all their savings. Some of them it's like their life savings, some of them it's their pension, and then try and buy land and then get scammed for like 200,000 US dollars. That's a lot of money. Like, it's a lot of money. So for someone to relocate over there and then get scammed of money because the mindset locally is that, oh well, you're coming from the West anyway, you know, you can always go back and just work that money. Oh yeah, you've got money trees in your back garden, you could just go and plot that $200,000, you know, and make it again. You don't know how many years it took that person to save that, but because your mentality towards diasporans is that, oh, you can go back and make that money anyway, it makes you insensitive, and you're thinking, well, it's okay to scam that person, or it's okay to treat this person that way because they're coming from abroad anyway, who cares? So there was all these kind of things that I didn't appreciate, that I didn't like, the fact that, you know, you're treated differently in that way when you're a diasporan, and it needs to be addressed. There's loads of people that are thinking to relocate and go over there, and sometimes they only have one narrative and they're blindsided. They need to have a full picture, that way they're well aware of what they're stepping into before they go. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't spoil the image of Ghana, it doesn't spoil the image of Africa. If someone really wants to go to Ghana, really wants to go to Africa, nothing's going to stop them. So I don't know what the fear is around, like people speaking their truth or talking about their experience when it's maybe not that positive. It's a reality, it's a truth. That's all it is. Right, on that note, I think I've addressed everything that I wanted to say. Now I can actually go ahead and answer her questions. I also wanted to add that I'm all about African unity, black excellence, empowerment, hence why I relocated in the first place. But I also believe that in order to do that, we need to address the actual issues that we have, the actual problems, and face them head on. And that's the only way that we can actually move forward as a people, when we actually address the mindsets locally. When we're actually ready to address them is when we will actually be able to see real tangible change, because until that happens and people only care about themselves, as long as it's not affecting them, real change is not actually going to happen. There's some things that are broken in the way that there's corruption, the way that people just address things and approach things, and just their mindset in general. So unless you see something wrong with that, how is that going to change? You have to address it first. And also, just because things have been done a certain way for centuries, for years, doesn't make it right. Just because it's been done that way for years. So I found the reaction of some people a bit weird, because instead of actually addressing the issues that I mentioned, they'd rather get angry at you and insult you, but not actually talk about the issues that I mentioned, the things that happen to people. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want that to change, because that's not going to change, because you refuse to address it. But you rather that the speaker or the victim or the person that's gone through the injustice just shuts up, or like talks about something positive. All of that needs to, it really does need to change if we're really wanting, if we're really genuinely wanting change on the motherland. Then we do actually need to start addressing hard topics, things that aren't that positive, things that can be painful. I feel like as a people we have a lot of healing to do in general. We need to learn a lot of self-love and a lot of self-respect. And I think from the start of that can come things like less corruption, because if you love yourself and you respect yourself, you will love and respect other people, and then you become slightly less corruptible. You're less likely to sell out a brother or sister because you have that much love for yourself and them. And we struggle with these kind of things. We're like the least unified of people, because everyone just cares for themselves. As long as it's not affecting them, who cares? I mean, that's what I've found anyway when it comes to just the motherland and us as Africans in general. So you might not agree, you don't have to agree, I don't expect people to agree. These are my opinions from my perspective and from what I've experienced, and people need to sometimes learn to disagree, because at the end of the day, if you're not next to me, you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing, you can't actually come and tell me how I should feel or view things. I'm experiencing it from my point of view, and that's it. It doesn't mean it's the end all be all the overall truth. So just know and learn how to be like, yeah, this is not for me. Maybe that's her reality, but I don't agree with it, full stop. You don't have to start dragging and cussing people in the comment section. What's that all about anyway? Another thing also that I've noticed is that a lot of people tend to listen to argue, listen to disagree, instead of actually listening to understand what the person is trying to say or the point that they're trying to make across. What's up with that? What is actually up with that? So anyway, let me answer the questions, because I made some actual notes. So I made them in like different sections. Let me actually do it in the order of how the questions were asked. So, can you share more on your experience with transportation? Transportation. Okay. So I would advise you to rent a car. If you can, rent a car. It will save you the hassle of like arguing with Ubers and Bolts drivers, just a whole hassle, especially during dirty December. It gets worse. So I would advise you to rent a car if you can. If you have the money, get a chauffeur and be driven around. You can do that as well. But what I used to do is I used to take Ubers and Bolts and Yango. That works. All of them, all the three of them work out there. And then from time to time I'd take chochos as well, because I just wanted to live or try and live like a local and integrate. So I used to do that a lot, and you save so much more. So much more. You wouldn't pay more than like 10 CDs, I think, on a chocho, whereas Uber, you're starting the lowest. I think you're starting from 18 Ghana CDs, if I remember correctly. I mean, sometimes with Yango, if you're doing a short trip, Yango or Bolt, you can get less than 18 Ghana CDs, but it really just depends on the traffic and the distance that you're going. But yeah, in general, like the chocho was a very interesting experience, but I don't know why they could always tell that I was a foreigner, and so I felt quite uncomfortable taking them, and eventually after a while I kind of stopped. And also you kind of have to know the precise pricing for where you're going. Otherwise, if you're like me and you open your mouth and they know that you're not a local, you might get some random price and not even know that you're paying more than what you should be paying. But yeah, those are the main modes of transportation. But like I said, if you want to avoid yourself the headache, rent a car and find a trusted mechanic and you'll be just fine. I feel like half of the problems is gone when you have a car and you've bought your own house. You don't have to deal with like landlords, landladies and agents and all that kind of stuff. Half of your problems is basically solved. I've never actually had my own business or worked in a local company over there, so I don't know what comes with that. That might be its own challenge as well. Cost effective grocery shopping, if any. Cost effective, so the best would be to go to the markets naturally. If you can find yourself a local, go with them and let them lead, and then let them do the negotiations for you. If you can't do that, try and find out as much as possible the prices for that you should normally be paying, and then just be mentally like, have thick skin, mentally prepared, go over there and be prepared to haggle, because like I said, as soon as they see you and they know you're a diaspora and you're from abroad, prices just skyrocket, and they're going to try and get as much money out of you as possible. So yeah, those are the things that really irritate people and like put them off, but what can you do? So yeah, otherwise the supermarkets were quite expensive because a lot of things get imported. So yeah, if you do actually really want to save, the best way to go is to go and do a big shop at the market, the local market, with a local. How did I find the local food? I love the local food. I love the local food. I love contumely, palaver sauce. I loved wache. I loved jollof rice, obviously with chicken. There was like chicken light soup. What other swallow food was there? There was quite a few actually. I don't remember all of them, but those are the main ones that I used to eat. But I like Ghanaian food. It's very spicy, but it's really nice. Very filling, very delicious. They eat a lot of tilapia as well. They like tilapia fish as well. I didn't really like tilapia that much, but I could eat the other things. There was like kenke with the sides that it comes with. That was really nice as well. So yeah, but my favorite were wache, obviously naturally jollof rice with a coleslaw and plantain, and contumely. Contumely was my favorite. So yeah, I'm sure I'm missing some other dishes and I'll probably remember later on. If I do, then I'll just write it at the bottom of the screen. But if you have problems, like if your stomach has problems with the local food, there's loads of options for like other foods that you can order on the was it delivery app? There was Yango Food, I think I used to use. Was it Bolt Delivery? One of them. But there's definitely apps where you can order food, and then there's so many restaurant options that you can order other alternative foods. What were your least and most favorite spots and why? My least and favorite spots. So I think my favorite spots were the spots where I knew for sure I was guaranteed some kind of good customer service. So the places, for example, like cafes. I used to go to Jamestown Osu a lot. They had such good customer service. I love that team. Honestly, like their manager is doing a very good job. So I used to always go back to that branch instead of the one in East Legon. Wasn't the same vibe, so I prefer the one in Osu. And funnily enough, I bumped into so many celebrities in the Jamestown in Osu. I saw what's his name? Oh, what's his name? The singer, Mr. Easy. He was there once. I saw an actor from Wakanda Forever there once as well. So yeah, I mean in general, I think in Accra, in Ghana in general, you're more likely to bump into a celebrity or high profile person over there than you are over here in London. And everyone's just so chilled about it. That's one thing I love about Ghanaians. They're so chilled that no one's even got the energy or the time to be queuing and like, you know, trying to get a picture or autographs and stuff like that. I've never witnessed that over there. Everyone's just so chilled. Sometimes I even wondered if they realized who the person was. That's how chilled it was. Everyone just got on with it, doing their own thing. There was Coffee Pod. That was another nice coffee cafe place. There was Sip Cafe as well. That's a really cute little cafe in the Malcolm Mall in Spintex area. There's Jams Juice if you're looking for like vegan options, just healthy juice, smoothies, acai bowls, all that kind of stuff. They're really good for that. That's also in the Spintex area. And then restaurants wise, I used to really love T-Bar. I love the decor over there. The food was really good too. Bistro 22, that was also nice. I've seen some celebrities over there as well. There's Kiba restaurants. The service is quite good over there as well, and so is the food. And there was Poke House. Poke House, they had a saxophone player and live music, I think on Sundays and Tuesdays. So they were really good, and the food is so affordable, like super cheap. So if you want to go over there, you can go there when you want to start a night out and you just want to eat somewhere. You can do that. Salons. For salons, I used to like a Nail Spa. The service over there was so great. The people were so friendly, like the staff, they're amazing. And there's iFree Beauty Haven, they were amazing as well. They're in Chado area. That's the area I used to live in before I moved back here. I got an apartment in Chado area. That area is so nice because it's just like 15 minutes away from everything. So you're always like really close to East Legon, Spintex, what's it, Labadi, La Bonnet, Cantonments, where else do people like to hang out? Those kind of areas. So it's a really good location to have an apartment. So yeah, I3 Beauty Haven was over there. Their staff is amazing. The customer service is really good. Honeypot Spa as well, that's really good. Their service was very good as well, and their staff was amazing. Tuesday nights, so I decided to do stuff by nights, for example. So if you wanted to go out on Tuesday night, I'd usually go to like Zen Garden for live music, the Republic as well. So I think with both, sometimes it could be a hit or miss, but most nights it was a vibe. It was really fun. So there's that on Tuesday nights. Wednesday nights, I'd usually go to like Afrikiko for like salsa and line dancing. So they had like a lot of Amapiano and some Arabic songs, Afrobeat songs, and basically you'd have dancers at the front, and you'd follow the routine that they're showing you. And if you went enough times, you actually memorize the dance routines, and so it's really fun because you're kind of just like a whole big crew doing a dance routine. The vibes are really amazing at Afrikiko as well on a Wednesday night. Then there's Friday night, Jam Rock. If you like reggae music, you love your reggae music, I love reggae music. So they had live reggae music over there. The band is amazing, they're really good. The food is also good. So on a Friday night, if you wanna hang out at Jam Rock, that's also an option. And then on Sundays were like usually my beach days. You'd usually find me at like Rehab or Bella Africana. They had good music. Rehab, food wise and drink wise, way more affordable than Bella Africana. And they're all on the same strip. So you've got like Sandbox here, then you walk further down, you've got Aussie's Palace, then Bella Africana, then Rehab. So you can literally just beach club hop if you wanted to. But Rehab was my favorite for food and drinks. And then we usually like end the night at Bella Africana because the music was really amazing there. They had a really good DJ and live music and dancers as well. And sometimes they do like a fire show or whatever, have like fire dancers. So that's really cool. My least favorite spot, I don't know, I feel like if I went to a spot and I didn't like it, I didn't go again. So I probably wouldn't even remember it. Like I'd go there once or twice, and if I felt like the customer service was really poor, I didn't want to give them my money, so I wouldn't go back again. I can't really think of my least favorite spots or areas. I think if I found a place that I liked, that's where you'd find me basically with my friends. So yeah, I can't really think of right now. I can't really think of it. If I do, then I'll write it at the bottom here, or if I ever do another video, then I'll do a follow-up video where I'm talking about that. But I hope this was helpful. If you want to ask any more questions in the comment sections, feel free, and I'll try and answer as much as possible. If you want any other videos like this where you want my advice or anything, any hangout spots, I feel like I've featured a lot of them in my videos, so check out my previous videos. There's loads of info and advice and stuff like that if you wanted to discover Accra specifically. I'm a bit bummed I didn't get to do a lot of places outside of Accra. I would have loved to have gone to I think it's Big Millie's house in Kokrobite. That has a lot of hype. There's places in Buswa that are really nice, and then there's Meet Me there in, how do you call that area again? Oh my god, I forgot. It's on the east side. Someone put it in the comment section if you remember, but on that side as well, it's really nice. There's loads of places outside of Accra that are really nice, especially if you're trying to just like relax by the seaside, or you know, just be in nature. There's loads of those kind of places. So yeah, if you can get out of Accra a bit more, then do that. But as for Accra itself, yeah, after a while it will start to feel smaller and smaller. So yeah, anyway guys, that is my follow-up video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.
Malcolm.